In class, 4, 3, 2.
Good morning and welcome to the Lee County JROTC Leadership Bowl Championship match. The championship game today is between teams from Mariner and Lehigh Senior High School. At this time, I'll ask the cadets from Lehigh Senior High School to please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Cadet Sergeant First Class Dong from Lehigh Senior High School.
Hi, I'm Cadet First Sergeant Brito from Lehigh Senior High School.
I'm Cadet Sergeant First Class Phillips from Lehigh Senior High School.
I'm Cadet Sergeant First Class Madrid from Lehigh Senior High School.
And the cadets from Mariner.
I am Cadet First Lieutenant Denard from Mariner High School.
I am Cadet Major Bastion from Mariner High School.
I'm Cadet Sergeant First Class Player from Mariner High School.
I am Cadet First Sergeant Griga from Mariner High School.
All right, the winner of this final game will be the Leadership Bowl champion and awarded the first place trophy. The runner-up will also receive the second place trophy. The rules have been reviewed during the preparation period. Teams will have 5 seconds to ring in and 10 seconds to answer all questions. Questions will not be repeated. Period 1 will consist of 8 toss-up questions worth 10 points each. If the first team to ring in fails to answer correctly, the opposing team can steal the points by answering correctly. And again, if I hadn't finished reading the question and answers before, the second team can wait for me to read the entire question before they have to worry about the time starting. You are reminded that you're looking for the best answer for each question. Period 1, toss-up questions. Question 1. James Madison wanted to insert the Bill of Rights into specific places in the Constitution. However, many others were opposed to this. Which of the following was not a reason for placing the Bill of Rights at the end of the Constitution?
Delta.
Mariner says choice Delta. That is correct. That's 10 points to Mariner. If listed at the end, it would be easier for states to violate the individual liberties was not a reason. Question number 2. During the Constitution's ratification process, the Anti-Federalists demanded that a document be drafted in order to protect individuals' rights. However, when the Bill of Rights was finally ratified, many were disappointed. Why? Alpha, because they thought it would change the Constitution so much it would have to be ratified again. Mariner?
Bravo.
You selected choice Bravo, which is the correct answer, because they thought it ruined their chances to rewrite the Constitution. 10 points to Mariner. Question number 3. In 1833, the Supreme Court ruled that the Bill of Rights only applied to the federal government. What amendment applied the Bill of Rights to state government as well? The 12th, 13th, 14th, or 15th Amendment?
Alpha.
Mariner has selected Alpha, the 12th Amendment. That is incorrect.
Bravo.
Lehigh has selected Bravo, the 13th Amendment, which is incorrect. The correct answer is Charlie, the 14th Amendment. No points for that question. Question number 4. All of the following were parts of the New Jersey plan except for laws passed by Congress could be rejected by the states, the national government could collect taxes from the states, Congress could regulate trade between states and other nations, laws created by Congress could not be rejected by the states.
Alpha.
Lehigh?
Alpha.
You're Alpha? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Alpha.
Lehigh has selected Alpha. Laws passed by Congress could be rejected by the states. 10 points awarded to Lehigh. Question number 5. What was the leadership motto that Harry S. Truman kept on a plaque on his desk? Mariner?
The buck stops here.
The correct answer is Charlie. The buck stops here. 10 points to Mariner. Question number 6. What are the 2 primary purposes of planning? Alpha, selecting a project and an objective. Bravo, selecting... Mariner?
Charlie.
You have selected Charlie, selecting a project and deciding how to accomplish it. That is incorrect. I'll finish reading the remaining responses. Delta, selecting an objective and deciding how to evaluate it.
Bravo.
Lehigh?
Bravo.
Bravo. Selecting an objective and deciding on how to accomplish it is correct. 10 points to Lehigh. Question number 7. During what step in the planning process does a leader identify barriers to success and examine time, subtasks, people, priorities, and resources? A, in the step of evaluation of the plan. Bravo, in the step of planning for contingencies. Charlie, in the first step of defining the objectives. Or Delta, the second step of studying the current situation.
Delta.
Lehigh has selected Delta, the second step of studying the current situation, which is correct. That's 10 points to Lehigh. And question number 8. What is a contingency? Mariner?
Bravo.
You have selected Bravo, an event that may occur but is unlikely or unintended, an unforeseen or accidental occurrence that must be planned for, such as a future emergency. That choice is correct. 10 points to Mariner. That's the end of period 1. Our score is Mariner with 40 points and Lehigh Senior High School with 30 points. Period 2 will consist of 4 toss-up questions worth 10 points each. If a team answers the toss-up question correctly, that team is entitled to 2 bonus questions in the same area. Bonus questions are worth 5 and 10 points, respectively. If the team answers the bonus question correctly, they receive the points. If they answer it incorrectly, the opposing team has a chance to steal those bonus points by answering that question correctly. Question number 1. Explain what is meant by the structural behaviors of leadership. Alpha, concern for the expectations and assignments of the task. Bravo, abiding by one's chain of command. Mariner?
Bravo.
You have selected Bravo, abiding by one's chain of command. That is incorrect. I will finish reading the remaining choices. Charlie, providing structured feedback on the performance of peers. And Delta, to correct drill mistakes on the parade field. Lehigh?
Charlie.
You have selected Charlie, which is also incorrect. The correct answer is Alpha, concern for the expectations and assignments of the task. No points for that question. I will now skip through the bonus questions because they're in there. All right, this is again a toss-up question. Toss-up question number 2. What is the name of the best-known method to clear a person's airway? Alpha, the Madigan. Lehigh?
Charlie.
Charlie, the Heimlich maneuver is correct. 10 points to Lehigh. Lehigh, you now get to attempt the bonus questions. The first bonus question worth 5 points. What are the 2 types of fractures? Simple and complex, simple and compound, sophisticated and complete, static and cracked.
Alpha.
Alpha, simple and complex. That is incorrect.
Bravo.
Mariner has selected Bravo, simple and compound. That is correct. 5 points to Mariner. Lehigh, this is your second bonus question, worth 10 points. List 3 signs of shock. Alpha is blood loss, restlessness, nervousness, loss of body temperature. Bravo is sweaty but warm skin, bright red complexion, thirst. Charlie is dry, cool skin, restlessness or nervousness, and bulging abdomen. Choice Delta is sweaty but cool skin, paleness, and thirst. Your
Delta.
answer?
Delta.
You have selected Delta, sweaty but cool skin, paleness, and thirst. That is correct. 10 points to Lehigh. Both teams are now eligible to ring in for question number 3. You are a citizen of a country that contains part of the North American Cordillera or Cordillera. Your country is known as a plural state and is loosely associated in common allegiance with other Mariner?
Delta.
You selected Delta, the United States, which is incorrect. I will continue reading the question. Allegiance with other self-governing nations. Most of its people are descended from European immigrants. What is your country? Alpha, Belize, Bravo, Canada, Charlie, Mexico, or Delta, the United States? Lehigh.
Bravo.
Bravo is correct. Canada, 10 points for Lehigh. You now get to attempt the following bonus questions. Bonus number 1 for 5 points. You live in Central America. Unlike most Central American countries, your country is English-speaking and has a large Protestant population. Your country's system of government is a monarchy, and your country is generally economically and politically stable. Where do you live? Alpha, Belize. Bravo, Costa Rica. Charlie, this is a bonus question for Lehigh.
Yeah, my bad.
Charlie, Guatemala. Delta, Panama. Your
Alpha?
answer?
Alpha.
Alpha, Belize is correct. 5 points to Lehigh. Your second bonus question. For 10 points, you are standing on top of a tall mountain in one part of the North American Cordillera. The country you are in has its main river system to the east, but there is also a large river system to the west. The country is usually divided into regions based on physical landscapes, dominant cultures, and major economic activities. Which country is this? A, Canada, B, Mexico, C, Nicaragua.
Delta.
Lehigh has selected Delta, the United States, which is correct, 10 points. Both teams are now eligible to ring in for question number 4. Name 3 of the 11 principles of leadership. Lehigh,
Alpha.
you've selected Alpha, know yourself and seek self-improvement, be technically proficient, seek responsibility, and take responsibility for your actions. That is incorrect. I will continue reading the remaining choices. Make sound and timely Mariner?
Bravo.
You've selected Bravo, which is also incorrect. The correct answer is Delta, all of the above. No points for that question. And that was the toss-up, correct? We'll skip 2 bonus questions. All right. That concludes the period. That concludes period 2. We have Lehigh Senior High School with 75 points, Mariner High School with 45. Period 3 is give and take. Our topics are current events, the generals, national anthem, and customs and courtesies. Mariner, you're in second place, so we'll allow you to go first.
Okay.
Yeah, Mariner's in second. Okay. Which category do you wish to keep?
We are going to keep the generals and give customs and courtesies.
Keep the generals and give customs and courtesies. Okay. And Lehigh, of the remaining 2 categories?
We're going to keep national anthem, and we're going to give current events.
You're going to give away current events and keep national anthem. Progressively, questions in each category are worth 5 and 10 points. So the first 2, we'll go Mariner for the first 2 and then Lehigh for the second 2. That's the order the slides are in. So, with Mariner, question number 1 for 5 points. The 2018 Winter Olympics, well, let me get the question ready here. Here we go. Are going to be held where? Well, that is not the first question.
No, apparently not.
Stand by. All right, I will read that question. What event occurred in Hawaii this past weekend that caused widespread panic in the population? Mariner.
Delta.
The answer is Delta, an incoming ballistic missile warning. That was a 10-point question awarded to Mariner. Let's see what it gives me. The 2018 Winter Olympics. Mariner.
Delta.
Delta. South Korea is also correct. So that will be the 5-point question in my script. Category 2, the generals, will stay with Mariner. What general wore a red wagon lapel pin? General MacArthur, General Marshall, General Powell, or none of the above?
Bravo.
You selected Bravo, General Marshall. That's incorrect. The correct answer is General Powell. Your second question in this category. Which general learned to speak some Yiddish while working in a furniture store? General MacArthur, General Marshall, General Powell, or none of the above? And I'm sorry, your time is up. The correct answer is General Powell. Moving over to Lehigh Senior High School for Category 3, National Anthem. In what year did Congress declare the Star-Spangled Banner the national anthem of the United States? Alpha in 1820 at the conclusion of the War of 1812, Bravo in 1931, 117 years after it was written, Charlie in 1812, the year it was written, or Delta in 1901, almost a century after it was written. Your answer?
Alpha.
You've selected Alpha. That is incorrect. The correct answer is Bravo in 1931, 117 years after it was written. Your second question in this category. Which of the following is not a correct procedure for showing respect to ours and other friendly nations' national anthems? Alpha, when outdoors and in uniform, face the flag or the source of the music if the flag is not visible, stand at attention and render the hand salute while the music plays. Bravo, when outdoors and in civilian clothes, face the flag or the source of the music if the flag is not visible, stand at attention and place your hand over your heart. Charlie, when in a private vehicle on a military base, the vehicle should stop and the driver and passengers exit the vehicle and take the appropriate actions for being outside. Or Delta, when indoors and under arms, stand at attention and salute while the national anthem or To the Colors is playing. Your answer?
Delta.
You selected Delta. That is incorrect. Charlie, when in a private vehicle on a military base, that answer is the one that is not appropriate. And staying with Lehigh Senior High School, your final category, Customs and Courtesies. Question number 1. When is it appropriate to call a room to attention? When those in the room should be silent? When announcements are made over a public address system? When the battalion cadet, Lehigh.
Delta.
Choice Delta, when an officer enters the office for the first time each day is correct. 5 points to Lehigh. Question number 2 for 10 points. Explain the position of honor. Is it sitting in the center of a head table at a military social function? A military courtesy, Lehigh?
Bravo.
You've selected Bravo, a military courtesy of keeping people of senior rank or status to your right while walking or sitting, and that is correct. 10 points to Lehigh. That's the end of period 3, the give and take round. Our score stands at Lehigh Senior High School 90 points, Mariner High School 60 points. We move to period 4, consisting of 8 toss-up questions worth 20 points each. Let's call it the money round. All right. Toss-up question number 1. How do you properly dispose of a flag? Mariner?
Bravo.
Quit beeping. Choice Bravo is correct. You should destroy it as a whole, privately, respectfully, and traditionally by burning it. Question number 2. Which of the following situations describes an incorrect way? Lehigh.
Alpha.
You have selected Alpha. That is incorrect. I will continue the question. Incorrect way of displaying the United States flag. Flags on walls, windows, or buildings are displayed with the Union to the observer's upper left. In parades or processions with other...
Delta.
You've selected Delta. On Memorial Day, the flag is displayed at half-staff until the end of the day when it is raised to the top of the staff, then solemnly lowered. You are correct. That is the incorrect way of displaying the flag. I could offer you bonus points if you tell me what time of day. It's at noon. All right, question number 3. Which of the following is an instance under which you must salute? Mariner.
Delta.
Delta.
You've selected Delta, all of the above. That is correct. That is 20 points to Mariner. Question number 4. How are warrant officers addressed? Mariner.
Alpha.
Alpha as Mr. or Miss. That is correct. 20 points to Mariner. Question number 5. Which amendment to the U.S. Constitution reflects the concern? Lehigh.
Bravo.
You selected Bravo, 4th Amendment. That is not correct. I'll continue the question. Reflects the concern in the belief in inalienable rights. 1st Amendment, 4th Amendment, 9th Amendment, or 18th Amendment? Mariner?
Delta.
You chose Delta, the 18th Amendment. The correct answer is Charlie, the 9th Amendment. No points for that question. Question number 6. What was one of the issues not resolved by the Philadelphia Convention? Is it Mariner?
Alpha.
You selected Alpha. How to select a state governor? That is not correct. I will continue reading the answers. Bravo is which branch would have the most power. Charlie is how to select Supreme Court judges. Delta is what powers the national government should have. Lehigh?
Delta.
Delta, what powers the national government should have is the correct answer. That's 20 points to Lehigh. Toss-up number 7. Some unexpected situations occurred while you were implementing your plan. What would be the best way, Mariner?
Charlie.
You've selected Charlie. Implement contingency plans that you included in your original plan, which is correct. 20 points to Mariner. Our final question of the game. Blank is in... Go ahead, Mariner.
Bravo.
You've selected Bravo Intuition, which is the correct answer. That's 20 points to Mariner. Our game has ended. That concludes the championship game. Our champion is Mariner High School with 180 points. Lehigh Senior coming in second at 110. Congratulations to all of you. It was a well-fought battle.
And first place in.
That was close, guys. Good game.
Thank you.
So close.
No, but
Good job.
We do we have this inverse thing and I didn't get a picture.
I suspect collusion.
Hey, this was great. I'm asking you all to stand by, okay? And we'll have the trophy ceremony here in just a few minutes, okay?
Yes, sir.
I always forget to do this because I get so enthralled in doing